Yeah, yeah, yeah. Show me some. Show me some. Show me some. Show me some.
Good day, madam.
Good day, Sue.
How are you doing, buddy?
Dude, that would have been a good one for that conto, whatever it was, that mix up. Oh, your light's
It's
not on.
the compilation.
I don't know if you're live on Don't Suck at Sales because your light's not on. You might need to change that, bro.
Oh, look at Miranda's got, you know what? See, I'm going on another trip, Miranda.
Yes, you just got back from Mexico. They got a sunburn going on.
Doesn't it? It looks like I'm still wearing sunglasses, doesn't it?
Yes, that really does.
I'm still wearing sunglasses right now. That's what it looks like.
They're
Yeah.
invisible, but they're there. So
Yep, just got back. It's funny, Lee Jedlika said, John, you know what? My goal in his life is to get on your podcast.
oh,
I said, Lee, that's super kind of you, man. I said, I think we can make that happen. I said, the hard part is that not everyone can understand you. He
stop.
started laughing.
Lee Jedlika was at my house after the boot camp like a week ago, and he was walking around taking pictures of the healthy food ingredients and making sure they were Bobby approved. And I have a picture of him with like my vegetable spray or whatever it was, avocado spray, just making sure that it was approved.
Everything was safe.
I
told him that he definitely, we would love to have him on. And Martina, his wife, was like, I have pajama bottoms, but they're too big, so Lee wears them. But I'm gonna get a new one. And I'm like, awesome. But yeah, so that was fun. And then headed out to a little bit of a golf trip here, which I'm super pumped about. My wife for Christmas, she got me a Sand Valley gift card. And so then I posted on Facebook, and then Jamie Susie texted me, and she's like, oh my God. She's like, would it be all right if I got Corey one too? I'm like, hell yeah, I love golfing with Corey. So we got, so Corey's coming down. Corey was with me in Mexico. He had to fly his wife back home, and then he's flying to Milwaukee this afternoon where we're going to go and meet him. And so Sand Valley, Mammoth Dunes, Olympia Fields, Aurora Country Club, we're all over. We got 3 bucket list golf courses. So I'm excited, buddy. We got a big week coming up.
You better wear some sunscreen or you're gonna turn into a tomato next week.
Miranda, I like tomatoes.
Ooh,
I don't like them on my buffalo wrap from Buffalo Wild Wings. All right, so user 367948 is going to give us crap because we've been doing a little too much bantering, Miranda. So today, why don't you introduce this one? Just kind of what your findings have been, and then how we did not prepare for this at all.
No.
So people are going to get to see this kind of like live.
That's right. This is totally off the cuff. All right. So I got some leads going on right now. I'm back in I hate the word try. Never say try. I am working all lead sources, bonus leads, digital leads, call-in leads, whatever. I'm going to call all of them. Okay. So I got some digital leads this past week. Got a chance to talk to some peeps, and I want John Ziller, the master of the why, master of emotion, to handle what's kind of like a common denominator on these digital leads, right? Because on mortgage protection, stereotypically, you're going to have both spouses together, right? Hopefully it's on Zoom. They're more ready to be in like a traditional, decision-making mindset when you have them, there and it's all formal, right? Mm-hmm. But digital leads, typically you're going to call them. Maybe they went on Facebook, you call them on the phone real fast. And then a lot of it's done over the phone. And they're more like price quote shopper people, right? That's where they're at. So John, I'm going to pretend like I got you on the phone for digital lead, right? Listen, and I'm just going to fast forward through the like getting your personal information and get into asking you, I want to get to the point, John, where you're asking me why I sent the form and why I did the life insurance request. Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to show you kind of 2 different versions of this. All right. And why I believe that it's so important that we do one thing, but I'm not going to do it at first. I'm just going to kind of dive. I'm going to go right into it. And again, I feel like I'm really, really good at this, but I'll show you just kind of the difference here. Okay. So Miranda, tell me, why are you looking into this type of protection? What would it mean for you and your family?
I'm just looking for a quote right now on some life insurance. Just whatever, if you just want to see.
Yeah. Looking for a quote. Awesome. All right, so let me ask you, if God forbid you didn't make it home yesterday, how would this situation play out for your family as it stands today?
I don't know. Just trying to look right now and just, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I just want to get a quote right now.
Oh, no, Miranda, I totally understand. Most people don't think about it. And that's unfortunately, that's what my job is, is just to get us to kind of think about this a little bit. So again, just like if God forbid you didn't make it home yesterday, how would it play out as it stands today?
Hmm. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I have some work life insurance. I don't know. Like that's why I'm looking into it. I just want to kind of see what the prices are, that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. And then how much life insurance do you have through work? Is it
I
just kind of like
think
a income replacement policy, or you tell me?
yeah, it's kind of like I think it's like 100 grand or 200 grand through work.
Okay. Okay, good. 100 grand, 200 grand. Is that enough to replace what, a year, two, three, worth of kind of like income?
Yeah, it'd be like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Okay. And so then just really, really quick, just after that 3 year period of time, what would happen? Would they be able to kind of stay in this house, or would they have to kind of move to a little bit more of an affordable area?
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought of it before. So
No doubt. Again, remember what we said already. Like most people don't think about this, and that's what my job is. And trust me, I could sense that this is uncomfortable for you, Miranda, and it's just as uncomfortable for me. So let's just kind of play out this scenario really quick, and then we can get past this part of it. All right. So just really quick, after that 3 year period of time, like how would it look for them?
yeah, it'd be hard. They'd have to, I don't know. They'd have to figure it out. That's for sure.
Well, and that's what we're obviously, when you look into life insurance, that's what we're trying to do for them, right? It's life's last love letter. And so
Mhm.
we're trying to figure it out for them. And so what would they be able to stay here, or would we definitely have to move because it would be too unaffordable?
Well, it depends on like how much like how much does this cost? Like could you just kind and then we can, go from there and
Oh, trust me, we are not even talking about that. We're just talking about how you'd leave your family right as it stands right now. So again, just after that 3 year period of time, what would happen?
yeah, they would, we'd need more money for sure. They wouldn't be able to afford this home.
Okay, so they would have to move them. Where do you think they would move to? Just
I want to pause for a second. How long do you push before you like give it a takeaway or whatever? That's like what is the process?
I really want, like, I'll kind of go down this path for a little bit until they get mad. You're not getting mad yet. Once you get mad, then I'm gonna kind of match fire with fire. Then I'll start taking
Let's
it away.
pretend I don't know how to be mad, but let's pretend they're mad. Like, all right, just tell me a price. Just give it to me. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. If you can't give me a price, just forget about it.
Miranda, I'm so sorry. I'm just not the run-of-the-mill agent that you might be looking for. If God forbid something were to happen to you, I'm gonna be the person that shows up for your family. And so I just really like to kind of get down to the nitty gritty and know and understand exactly why I'm doing something. So if you don't want to do that with me, I promise you, I have a couple of agents out there for you. Would you like me to do that?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, boom. And then I'll release it, because if I don't get this, I'm not getting the sale. And you probably have a lot of really good salespeople out there like, well, I don't need to do that. I don't care.
Mhm.
You have to tie in. All right, so people buy, and I say the other three things, but people buy on logic and emotion. I am going to grab the emotion and I'm going to tie in the logic. But if I don't know why they're being protected, it doesn't do either of us any good. That person's not going to stay on the books. It's funny, we have this PCS program, Miranda.
Mhm.
I get calls all the time. John, somebody from your department's calling me and I'm not working with them. Why? Because of the commitment, the connection, the feel, the purpose behind the plan, everything that's laid out. John took care of their family,
Yeah.
right? And so I don't move on. I truly do believe that we don't skip any steps. This is one of the most important ones that we do not skip. Because at the end of it, I'm not going to be able to tie in the purpose, Miranda, of why they're getting this coverage. If I don't have that purpose, it's not going to be a solid presentation. It's not
Yeah.
going to be a solid sale. Does that make sense?
So
Now,
okay, so that was really good. It was hard for me to keep that composure of I don't want to give you it. So give us some I know we talked about the
Here's the
question.
biggest tip. Here's the
Yeah.
biggest tip, okay? Those questions are good, right? But you don't want to have to kind of like fight with your client like that. I will, we should, but we don't want to. So what's the best way of really doing that? We've all heard of the XY theory. The XY theory is it's the purpose, right? It's the purpose behind the plan, but you are the stimulus that creates the response. So if you are the stimulus that is creating their response, how, like, if you want them to have an open heart, you have to show your open heart first, right? So I'm a firm believer in telling people why you do this and why that this is important, Miranda. So I'm going to start off with my why first. And again, I have a bunch of them, but whatever it is, but just tell your story. And if you don't feel like you have a story, go on YouTube and just type in, I wish my family would have had life insurance. I wish, and like, look at all of the YouTube videos out there and then just borrow one of their stories. They look, I heard of this family, and then tell them their story and how that outcome was, right? Or if you know Ryan Miller, very good friend of mine, here's his story, right? Miranda, you found stories throughout the years, but you have to grab and borrow somebody else's story if you don't have one. And so, Miranda, I'm gonna I'd give you, I have 4 of them, 5 of them, right? That I can kind of use, that I kind of tailor. Like if I'm dealing with older people, I'm gonna kind of tell an older story. If I'm dealing with younger people, I'm gonna kind of tell a younger story, right? Younger story is just gonna be, whatever, my sister and whatever. And then older story is gonna be kind of my grandparents, right?
Yeah,
And
maybe
so
we can do stories next time, right? We can touch
yeah,
on that and stories and how to make a story, how to tell the story. But that's right. Like if the people are that closed off, you're probably not telling them a story before. And on the digital leads, like it does need to be quicker, I find. So maybe the stories is not as in depth, but it does help. If you're getting those service level answers, it's like, how are you like I always consider the client like closed up here, right? Like a rose, right? That's closed. And then once
yeah,
it opens up, right? Like if you try dealing with that closed like, or clamshell, whatever it is that you want to refer to, how are you going to get them past that part when they're completely shut? We have
correct.
to open it up a little bit, however it is that you do it, through rapport, but stories for sure, right? Because we got to get the emotion up high. So when we're asking these questions, they're already there because of your story.
That's
Really.
right. That's right. And it's like, and it has to be like a punch, right? At the end too. It's like, and that's why I do this. I do this to make sure that not another family has to go through what my family went through. So tell me, why are you guys looking into this? And I promise you, it's going to open them up. They'll be like, wow. And by your story, it tells them that you are not just the run-of-the-mill salesperson. Your story, it tells them that like you are here serving a different purpose. This isn't just about a commission check for you. And that's how you want to be perceived. That's why I don't care what lead I'm working. And Miranda, I do agree with you with digital leads that it has to be quicker, right? And so like I would tell, like, for example, my grandparents, right? So if I have a longer story on non-digital leads, but on digital leads, I could still get the same point across. Miranda, let me tell you why I'm in this business. I got into this because of my grandparents. When my grandfather passed away, he truly did leave my grandmother life's last love letter. And he took care of her. My grandparents, before they passed away, they were broke, like broke, living from Social Security check from Social Security check. And it had my grandfather not done that for my grandmother would have been like a 77-year-old woman working at Walmart as a greeter, not because she wants to get out of the house, but because she has to. She'd had to bounce from like all 4 of her kids every 3 months. It's because she said that they don't want, she didn't want them to get sick of her. Like that's not how my grandmother wanted to live, and my grandfather made sure of it. So today I'm here to ensure that all families get treated the same way that my grandmother got treated. So tell me, why are you guys looking into this type of protection? What would it mean to your family? Boom. It was quick. It was to the point. It still served a purpose. And now they can see that I'm there for something greater, Miranda.
I like it.
Yeah. So dig in. But before you dig in, tell your story. It's so damn important. Carl called me just the other day. He goes, John, I can't believe I've ever gotten away from not sharing with agents telling your story and digging in, because that story opens people up drastically. And I'm like, it does, dude. It gets them to see that you are a human being.
And next week we'll do that. We'll do how to make a story with the great John Ziller.
All right, let's do it. Actually, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
We'll pull up YouTube videos, Miranda. We'll pull up YouTube videos and show people how to extract a story from it. If they don't have their own. I love that. I love that idea. Let's do it.
Awesome, guys. Don't suck at sales, y'all. Don't do it. Wear the merch and you're guaranteed not to suck at sales.
You're obviously not guaranteed. We have too many listeners now, Miranda, for stuff like that.
No, it's like if you think you're gonna sell better wearing brown shoes, you wear brown shoes. You wear don't suck at sales merch, you're automatically gonna be in a better mindset of not sucking at sales. It is guaranteed. It is.
I love it.
Because you say it, right?
Outside of that. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Show me some. Show me some. Show me some.